Hi everyone, I'm Melissa. Welcome to my channel, Gentle Yoga and Wellness. Today I have a floor-based yoga practice for beginners and seniors. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate your support. Okay, let's get started. Today's theme for our class is present moment awareness. Present moment awareness means fully living in the time that is happening right here, right now. Not worrying about the future or the past, but living fully in your life right now. We'll start today in child's pose. So you can start to face the short end of your mat. Begin to take your knees wide out to the sides of your mat. You can reach your fingertips to the top of the mat and then relax your forehead down to the earth. If you're using yoga blocks today and you know that your forehead is not going to reach all the way down to your mat, you're welcome to take a block, place it on the lowest setting, and just put that block underneath your forehead for a little bit of support. So you're either right here with the yoga block or just bringing your forehead all the way down to the mat. Just begin to relax into your child's pose. Start to bring your awareness to the present moment. You can use your breath as an anchor to bring you into the time that is happening right here, right now. Begin to take a deep breath in through your nose, and then a long, slow exhale through your mouth. And do that once more. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Begin to relax your mind and your body. And start to become aware of how your body is feeling in this very moment. Slowly start to rise and come into tabletop position. So you'll want to come onto your hands and onto your knees. In your tabletop pose, take a moment and make sure that your knees are stacked right under your hips, and make sure that your wrists are stacked under your shoulders. Begin to spread your fingertips out wide and take your gaze in front of you. We'll do some cat-cows here to begin to warm up through our spine. On your next inhale, begin to lift your chest and take your gaze slightly up. As you exhale, round through your back. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, round through your back. Inhale, rise, come into cow pose. Exhale, round the back for cat pose. Do that a few more times. Inhale and rise. Exhale and release. Inhale, think about squeezing your shoulder blades together, lift the chest. Exhale, hollow out your belly. Inhale and lift. Exhale and release. Good, you can come back to a neutral spine. From tabletop pose, begin to push your right heel out. So you're going to lift your right leg and then push through the heel of your right foot. We're coming into spinal balance pose. So you're welcome to stay right here with your right leg lifted, or for a little bit more challenge, you can lift your left arm as well. So opposite arm, opposite leg. In spinal balance pose, you'll feel your abdominal, your core really engaging. Good. Let's continue to breathe. You might feel a little bit of heat in your body here. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down and return to tabletop position. Nice job. Begin to curl your toes underneath behind you. So you're just curling your toes under. Once your toes are curled under, begin to sit your hips back so that you're sitting on your feet. We're coming to toe squat. For toe squat, you'll want to roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. You can use your hands on your mat to provide a little bit of support for your upper body. Good. Begin to take your gaze over your right shoulder. And then slowly rotate your head and look over your left shoulder. We'll do that once more. Turn your head, look over your right shoulder. And then rotate your head to look over your left shoulder. Return to center. Begin to rise up onto your legs. So you're sitting up tall now on your knees, just like I'm sitting. Roll your shoulders back and lift through your chest. We're preparing for modified camel pose. So for modified camel pose, you'll want to take your hands into a fist. Use your fists to support your low back. So bring those hands to the low back for a little bit of support. Start to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your elbows together behind you. They won't come all the way, but start to squeeze them together to open your chest. Good. So you're welcome to stay right here in this gentle back bend. Or for a little bit deeper stretch, you can slowly start to take your gaze up to the ceiling. Make sure to listen to your body here. Continue to breathe. Start to return to a neutral spine. Begin to relax your arms down to the sides of your body. From here, you can uncurl your toes, so just push the tops of your feet down to the mat. And then take your right leg in front of you. So you're going to bend your right knee and just step your right leg in front of you as we prepare for low lunge pose. So a couple options here in low lunge pose. You can take your hands to your front leg and then slowly start to hinge forward just a little bit. You will feel the stretch in your hip flexor. You can stay right here. This is a great place to stay. Or for a deeper stretch, if you're using yoga blocks today, take your yoga blocks on the highest setting and you'll just place those yoga blocks on either side of your front foot. Begin to step that front foot a little bit closer to the top of the mat. And then walk your blocks to just frame your foot so they're on either side of your foot. Okay, so now you should feel a pretty good stretch in the hip flexor. If you're feeling any pain in that back knee, you can always put a blanket or towel underneath your knee for some padding. Once you're situated and you're feeling comfortable, start to lift your chest and focus on your breath. Good. Slowly start to walk your foot back in towards midline. If you're using blocks today, go ahead and place those blocks off to the side and then bring both of your knees together. One more time, curl your toes underneath behind you. We're going to come into puppy dog pose. So puppy dog pose looks like this. Keep your legs right where they are and then start to reach your arms to the top of the mat, kind of like you're coming into child's pose. Lift your hips. You want to lift the hips up to the sky and then relax your forehead down towards the earth. It may not come all the way down to the earth, and that's fine. Just come down as far as you can. Slowly begin to rise, come up to your tabletop position, and then rotate to face the long end of the mat. Come to Sukhasana or easy pose, and you'll just sit cross-legged like I'm sitting right now. If this position is not comfortable for your body, know that you're welcome to sit in another way that feels better for you. Take a moment and make sure that your sit bones are rooted into the earth. Roll your shoulders back and sit up tall. Think about lengthening through your crown of your head. Good. Begin to take your fingertips behind your head and open your elbows wide out to the sides. Take a deep breath in, take your gaze slightly up. As you exhale, bring your elbows together, round your back. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift the chest, take the gaze up. Exhale, round your back, bring the elbows together. Let's do that a couple more times. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Once more, inhale. Think about opening your chest. Exhale, let it go. Good. You can just relax your arms down to the sides of your body. Take one hand down to your mat so that your hand is close to your hips. Begin to reach overhead with your left arm. Coming into a side stretch here. We'll just pause here for a moment, just relaxing and releasing in the side stretch. Good. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to your thighs. We'll do a few shoulder shrugs. So when you're ready, begin to take your shoulders up, back, and down. We'll do that again. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Just continue this movement. Think about relaxing and releasing your shoulders. Nice job. You can pause here. From here, we're going to start to hinge forward. So if you're sitting cross-legged, you'll just start to bring your hands in front of you. You'll start to hinge forward from your waist until you feel a gentle stretch. If you're feeling like you'd like to take this a little bit deeper today, you can stack your forearms on top of each other and then rest your forehead on top of your arms. Make sure to listen to your body, right? Don't do this if it's feeling painful at all. Find your spot and then we'll pause here for a moment. So much of our life is lived in anticipation of what's coming next. But what if you could be fully aware and living in the present moment, enjoying the journey rather than waiting for the destination? Very slowly begin to straighten your arms if you're not there already, and then begin to rise and come back to a neutral spine. Take your fingertips behind your head just like we did before. Open your elbows wide out to the sides. Take a deep breath in, take your gaze slightly up, and then as you exhale, round your back and bring your elbows together. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the chest, gaze comes up. Exhale, release, bring the elbows together. Good. Deep breath in, fill up the lungs with oxygen. Exhale, let it go. Do that one more time. Think about filling up your body with light and love. And then exhale, let something go, maybe tension, tightness. Good. You can relax your arms to the sides of your body. Take your left hand onto your mat, close to your hips. Reach your right arm overhead and come into a side body stretch. So you're just reaching through with your right arm. Let's find our breath and we'll pause here for a moment in this stretch. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Take both of your hands down to your thighs. We'll do another round of shoulder shrugs. So once you're ready, take your shoulders up, back, and down. And then do that again. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Just continue that movement. Really start to think about relaxing and releasing the shoulders. Good. Let's pause here. We're going to come into that forward fold one more time. So you can start to take your arms straight out in front of you. And remember, we're listening to our body here. You can start to hinge forward as deep as it feels comfortable for you. If you're feeling any pain, especially in your low back, you're going to want to ease off. If you'd like to take this a little bit deeper today and it feels okay, you can stack up your forearms right on top of each other and then relax your forehead down on top of your arms. Return to your breath as an anchor. Gently guide your mind back to the present moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Slowly start to come back to straight arms if you're not there already, and then begin to rise and come to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to rotate to face the short end of our mat. And we'll come to child's pose. So take your knees wide out to the sides of your mat. If you're using a block today, remember you can use your block on the lowest setting. And you'll just place the block right underneath your forehead for a little bit of support. If you're not using a block, if you know that your forehead will come all the way down to the mat, you're welcome to just bring your forehead all the way down to the earth. Notice how your body is beginning to feel more relaxed, more calm, and more at peace. Breathe into these feelings. Very slowly begin to rise and come up to tabletop position. So you want to come onto your hands and onto your knees. Just like you did before, make sure your knees are stacked under your hips and make sure your wrists are stacked under your shoulders. Spread your fingertips out wide and then take your gaze in front of you. We're going to do some cat-cows. On your next inhale, begin to lift your chest and take your gaze slightly up. As you exhale, begin to round through your back. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, hollow out your belly. Inhale and rise, come to cow pose. Exhale, release for cat pose. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, and rise. Exhale, round through the back. Take a deep breath in, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, hollow out the belly. One more time, inhale and rise. Exhale, slowly release. Nice job. You can return to a neutral spine, so just come back to your tabletop position. From here, begin to lift your left leg off of the mat and push through the heel of your left foot. We're coming into that spinal balance pose now on the opposite side. So you're welcome to stay right here with one leg lifted, or you can lift your right arm so that you're lifting your opposite arm and opposite leg. Really think about engaging your core, engaging your abdominals. You might feel a little bit of heat in the body here, so we're moving our energy and prana. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to tabletop position. You can bring your hand and your knee back down to the mat. Good job. From here, we'll begin to curl our toes underneath. So just curl those toes. And then once your toes are curled under, you'll want to sit your hips back so that you're sitting on your feet. Come into toe squat pose. In toe squat pose, begin to roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. You can use your hands for a little bit of support on either side of your body. Begin to take your gaze over your left shoulder. So just look over your left shoulder. And then slowly rotate your gaze over your right shoulder. We'll do that once more on either side. Start to look over your left shoulder. And then rotate your head to look over your right shoulder. Good. You can bring your gaze back in front of you. And then once you're ready, go ahead and rise up tall on your knees. So you're sitting up tall just like I'm sitting right now. Good. Lift your chest. And then we're preparing for modified camel pose. For modified camel pose, you want to take your hands to a fist. Then take your fist to your low back to support your low back. Start to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your elbows together and open through your chest. You're welcome to stay right here, or for a little bit deeper stretch, you can take your gaze up to the sky. Make sure to listen to your body. Good, just continue breathing. Once you're ready, begin to slowly return to a neutral spine. Relax your arms down to the sides of your body, and then uncurl your toes. So just push the tops of your feet into the mat. From here, start to take your left leg in front of you. Keep your left knee bent. So we come into a low lunge. Remember, you can take your hands either to your thigh, that's one option, or if you're using those yoga blocks today, you can take your yoga blocks on the highest setting and frame your front foot. For a deeper stretch, you can start to step your front foot closer to your mat and then walk your blocks on either side of your front foot. Good. Once you're in position, remember to, if you need a towel or blanket underneath your knee for some padding, you're welcome to use that. Once you're in position, start to lift your chest, take your gaze in front of you, and then just focus on your breath. You should feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor. Great. Start to slowly walk your leg back in towards midline, and then bring both of your knees together. If you're using blocks, just set those off to the side. One more time, curl your toes underneath behind you. So just curl those toes under. We'll come to puppy dog pose. So keep your legs right where they are. Start to lift your hips behind you. Reach your fingertips to the top of the mat, kind of like we do in child's pose. And then relax your forehead down to the earth as far as it will go. Know that it may not come all the way down to the mat. That's fine. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Once more, allow yourself to become fully aware in this present moment. Once you're ready, slowly begin to rise, come up to tabletop position. From here, rotate onto your back side. Keep your knees bent. And then reach your arms in front of you. Slowly begin to lower yourself down onto your mat. So you're going to use your abdominals to lower yourself nice and slow. Once you're lying on your mat, you'll begin to hug both of your knees into your chest. Slowly start to rock from side to side. So you're just giving yourself a little bit of a back massage here. You can move in a circular motion, or you can make a figure 8 pattern with your body. Just start to notice what's feeling good for you today. Once you feel complete, you can pause here. Place the soles of your feet on your mat close to your hips and keep your knees bent. Place the palms of your hands into your mat close to your hips, preparing for bridge pose. So for bridge pose, you'll start to lift your hips off of the mat by engaging your glutes. You'll want to keep your gaze up to the ceiling, so don't look around. You want to make sure to protect your neck by looking straight up. If you'd like to take this into a deeper back bend, you can interlace your hands underneath your body, and then one at a time, roll your shoulder blades underneath you. Actively lift the hips by engaging the glutes. Gently squeeze your inner thighs together. Let's take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, slowly lower your hips back down to the earth. From here, begin to lift the soles of your feet up to the sky. Bend your knees very deeply for happy baby pose. For happy baby pose, you can take your hands on the outside of your calves, your ankles, or the inside soles of your feet. Once you have your hands in position, either on your calves, your ankles, or the inside soles of your feet, start to gently pull your legs closer to your chest. In this pose, you'll feel a nice opening in your inner thighs and in your hips. From here, if you'd like to add a gentle rock from side to side, you're welcome to do that. Find stillness here. Begin to release your hands from your feet. Extend your legs out long. Point through your toes. Reach both of your arms overhead and reach through your fingertips. Come into a full body stretch. So you're reaching through your fingers, reaching through your toes, and lengthening and expanding through your entire body. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then take a long, slow exhale through your mouth. We'll do that once more. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Begin to rock onto one side. Use your arm to push yourself up and come to a seated position. Begin to take your hands to prayer center. Thank you so much for doing this floor yoga practice with me today. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.